BRUCAST is back, baby.
This BRUCAST episode is brought to you by the BRUCAST Store. Explore a store filled with awesome goodies from hoodies to t-shirts to mugs. We've got you covered. Stay in style with BRUCAST. Embrace the shock, set the trend. Visit now brew-cast.com/store. Link below.
Back with the fire, can't you see the flames? From Deutschland's depths comes the BRUCAST name. Voices like thunder breaking all the chains. Unleash the fury like a runaway train.
Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another BRUCAST episode. If it's your first time watching the show, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please ring the show 5 stars. This will ensure that the podcast recommends to even more people and allow me to keep doing what I love. BRUCAST also on Instagram, X, and TikTok, where I upload shorts with the highlights of the show. So follow now, BRUCAST on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Links in the description below.
Here we thrive, we survive!
Hey there everyone, welcome back to another BRUCAST episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you want to participate in our next month's giveaway. Yes, you haven't checked out yet, we just did a giveaway recently. Go check out on the live tab here on the channel. You might have won. Who knows? We always have a winner every 2 months. We do the giveaway. At least that's the current schedule. We're gonna do it again next month. It's a worldwide giveaway, so no matter where you are in the world, we're gonna make sure to deliver this beautiful present to you. It's a surprise. It's a mystery present from. It's a mystery gift from the BRUCAST store. So subscribe, like, and leave a comment in order to participate. All right. So this week we have a very special guest. His name is John Carter. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, bro, how are you, pal? Beautiful day here in Boston, Mass.
Welcome. John, before anything, you told me that you'd like to share your story with us.
Correct.
Please go ahead.
Bro, I was raised a very unconventional childhood. My father was in the mob, organized crime. And bro, I love my dad. He was my hero. He never missed a ball game. He was a great dad, and I loved him so much. So when he passed away, I wanted to wear his shoes, bro. I wanted to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not have his size. I was not cut out to be involved in crime. So immediately, I found myself in a world of trouble. This man, instead of paying me a gambling debt he owed, decided to attempt to murder me, and he shot me in the back of the head. And bro, in my story, being shot in the back of the head was the easy part, as my life spiraled out of control with all kinds of addictions, food, alcohol, drugs, and even a prison stay, bro.
Whoa. So your dad shot you?
No, my dad was in organized crime.
Oh, he was part of the... Okay. Who shot you then?
And when he died, I wanted to wear his shoes. I wanted to be like him. And this man, instead of paying me a gambling debt he owed me, decided to try to attempt to murder me. And he shot me in the back of the head.
Whoa, now I get it. That's insane. Well, they failed. Thanks God they failed. So
He failed.
oh my God, like I cannot even imagine to wrap my head around that. So
And bro, that was the easy part. As my life spiraled out of control, being shot was the easy part of my story.
I can't wait to hear it, because you clearly you're surviving. You're making it through. So I want to hear it. Can you talk a little bit more about the shooting though, because that's the part you started with.
Sure. So when the man shot me, he shot me in the back of the head, and I went down. But bro, I was rushed to the hospital, and they saved my life. I entered a coma. And in my coma, it was one long dream. It was like I lived the whole life inside a coma. Remember, it was not a dream like you would have and be foggy. This was a very vivid, real dream. And this happened in 1992. I was shot December 15th, 1992. I remember this dream like it was last night. It was crazy. Bro, the whole midst of this dream was I was in a hospital and I was chained to the bed. And I was in the hospital with a bunch of people. I didn't know who they were. We were just and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And every day we had a swimming race. Remember, this is a dream.
Mm-hmm.
They got us out of bed and we got into the pool and we swam. And the winner of the race got to go home. Bro, and it hurt so bad to get out of bed into the pool. And I kept losing and losing and losing. And this is the first time I ever said, I quit. I give up. I'm not getting out of this bed no more. I quit. Bro, this old man, who I don't know who it was, I have no recollection of him, that night sat on my bed and he said, John, you're not going to quit. I'm going to coach you, I'm going to train you, and we're going to win this race. Bro, he brought me down to the pool and he trained me all the time. So now it was the day of the big race. He gets me out of bed, gets me down to the pool, gives me a big pep talk, gets me all fired up and ready to go. I remember swimming like a bat out of hell. I touched the wall and I woke up. And I woke out of my coma. And now reality said that I was in a hospital. So that was my dream. Now, Brew, on top of the 3 months in the coma, I spent another 6 months in the hospital. So a total of 9 months. So now I get released from the hospital and I go home. And this is where depression really set in. In the hospital, my depression wasn't too bad because I was surrounded by a lot of people. Now I get to my apartment, I'm all alone, and I said, oh, my life is all messed up. Before I knew it, I started eating. I started drinking, and I started using drugs. Before I knew it, I was 330 pounds, sitting in a wheelchair with a bad cocaine problem. Drew, my life was messed up. But Drew, I could not afford this drug habit. I could not afford my lifestyle of doing drugs. So I decided to become a drug dealer, bro.
Oh my God.
I just get shot in the head, and now my bright idea is to become a drug dealer.
John.
So I started dealing drugs. But bro, the police did not find this too amusing. And boom, they kick in my door. 10 cops come rolling in. They find drugs, they find money, and they arrest me. And bro, I thought I was dead. I thought I was being mugged. But then I heard the walkie-talkies, and I said to myself, wow, this is over. And I remember smiling and being delighted a little bit. And one of the cops looked at me and said, what is so funny here? You're in a lot of trouble. I said, sir, you just don't understand. This might be a very good thing for me because my life is out of control. So they arrest me and they bring me to jail. But I was able to make bail. So now I'm sitting in the parking lot of the police station, weighing 330 pounds, in a wheelchair, no drugs, no money, nowhere to go. I just thought it was over. My family friend who was with me said, you need to stop with getting sober. And at that point in time, I didn't have too many options, bro. So I said, okay, take me to detox. He took me to detox. And after a week, my head started coming around. I started getting unfoggy. And I wanted to stay sober. And I had to go on to a halfway house. Because from detox, you go on to a halfway house. And this is where I had to be accepted to the halfway house. Now it's my day for the interview. I go to the halfway house. I roll into the office. I'm waiting for the executive director of the halfway house to interview me. And this is where my life changed. And I found somebody in my life that really knew where I was and was going to help me. So now I'm sitting there, and this woman comes walking. She's wobbling. I could see there was something wrong with her. She sits down and proceeds to tell me how she was in a cocaine coma and nearly lost her life. And this is 20 years ago. So this is back in 1992, and she was already sober for 20 years. I couldn't believe it. She was telling me how she was in a wheelchair for years, and now she got out of it. Bro, I was in awe. I was looking at this woman. I could not believe she got out of that wheelchair. The wheelchair was hell. And I could not believe she got out of it. Unbelievable. So this woman, her name was Deb, she brought me under her wing, and I listened to every word she said because she was glowing. She was full of happiness, and I wanted what she had, and I knew I needed to listen to what she was saying. But, bro, I still had this court case hanging over my head. And now I've been in the halfway house for 7 months now. I've been sober for 7 months and the halfway house. Now, Deb is taking me to court. I said to myself, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm with Deb. I have lots of sobriety. It's my first offense. This judge is going to have leniency on me, bro. I remember I rolled up in front of him, and he looked down at me, and he said, Mr. Carter, he said, we do not discriminate in this courtroom. You will get the same sentence any drug dealer in my county gets. Bro, he gave me 10 years. 10 years. And at the time, I was so mad and frustrated and hurt. But that all changed, and I'll get into it, because that became a positive thing for me. But at that time, I was so mad. I could not believe he was putting a guy in a wheelchair, first offense, in jail with mass murderers. Couldn't believe it. But anyways, Deb looks at me and she says, John, a lot of people in your shoes would run right now. Face your fears. You are not alone, and we will help you. So, bro, her word was like God to me. So what did I do? Off the jail I went. I had no hesitation. The first day in jail, I thought I was a big tough guy. That big metal door slammed behind me, bro. I was in a cell 6 by 6, like your bathroom. And I said, I got another 10 years of this. I said, what did I do to my life? Boo, and I cried like a baby all night. I could not believe what I did to myself. I was all alone. The next morning, 3 convicts entered my cell. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was in trouble. I thought they were here to hurt me. And they said, we're friends of your dad's, and we're here to help you.
Whoa.
I couldn't believe it. They said, we're going to start by getting you out of that wheelchair. Bro, I was already in the wheelchair for years. I didn't think I could get out of it. I looked at them. What are you talking about? They said, we don't care if we have to carry you. You're not using that wheelchair in this prison. Bro, for months, They took me to the prison gym. I was getting stronger and stronger. I was using that chair less and less. I couldn't believe that convicts in prison taught me such a valuable lesson with fitness. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. But in jail, this is another part of my life that was big eye-opening and changing for me. I seen a lot of recidivism, a lot of people coming in and getting out. I couldn't believe that somebody would get out of jail and come back in because they wanted to use drugs. Couldn't believe it. So I said to myself, this is not for me. I'm getting out in a year. I've already been here for years. I'm getting out soon. I need help. Now my dad, and I talk a lot about it in my book, Trigger to Change. My dad taught me a lot of lessons in life, lots of lessons. And I went back and I remember I was talking to him. I was in my cell talking to him. He's up in heaven. And boom, right away, a lesson came to my mind that he taught me when I was a youngster. Fail to plan, plan to fail. And I said, you know what? I'm making a plan because I'm not going to fail. I'm not coming back here. I got on the phone and I called Deb from the halfway house. And she says, I've been waiting for this call. Of course we're going to help you. You're not alone. And Brew, thank God I listened to her because I was 32 years old, getting out of prison. I had $100 to my name and a bus ticket. What would my chances be if I went back home where I came from with $100? I would have been a mess. I would have got back involved with that bull. So I got on the bus and I took the left. And I came to Boston, Mass, to the halfway house. And thank God I did that, bro, because now I've been sober since 1994. I'm a single dad. I have an awesome life. I own my own gym. I'm a personal trainer and the owner of my gym. And I love my life, bro. I get to help people all the time and inspiring people because I had a private gym with one-on-one training. So I really get to relate and talk with my clients as well as train them, but I get to inspire them and motivate them. And it's a great, great thing.
Damn. I'm inspired. Well done.
Thank you, buddy.
That's an impressive story. So many ups and highs. Like when you start saying like the friends of my dad showed up on my jail cell, I was like, where is this story going? Oh my God.
Oh,
Thanks
tell
God.
me about it.
Thanks God they were there to help you. They helped you, right?
Oh, they helped me tremendously. It was because of them that got me into fitness, bro, and thank goodness, because fitness, besides my mobility and my strength, it really helped with my mentality. I'm never alone no more. Never alone. And bro, I talk about not being alone. I run and I volunteer for a charity called Service Dog Project. Actually, the proceeds of my book are going to help Service Dog Project. We raise, train, and donate Great Danes to mobility impaired. They change lives. It's unbelievable. So anyways, not being alone, I'm with my Great Dane 24 hours a day. I'm never alone. And it feels awesome. And it feels great. And I got to tell you something else about the Service Dog Project, bro. My mom, 82 years old with dementia, lives with me and my son. And my first service dog, Jagger, he got very sick. So I saved his life and I retired him from my service dog and got another service dog. to do the work. But I did not realize that he would become my mom's service dog. It's unbelievable. She had, like I said, she has dementia. She'll be sitting in her wheelchair and she'll start crying for no apparent reason. Jagger, who's 200 pounds, will get right up, comes right over, puts his big head right on her lap, and she has no idea why she was even crying. It's ear-to-ear smile. She's in heaven. So I must say to your audience, bro, anybody dealing with anybody with Alzheimer's or dementia, this is a godsend. A godsend, bro. It makes life so much easier.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. My grandma, she has I suspect she has Alzheimer. I think this would help, right?
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, because they bring so much joy.
Yeah.
So much joy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. So here in Germany, they're very picky about dogs, right? Depending on where you live, the whole flat doesn't allow dogs. It's a pain in the ass. You need to live in a house with a garden. There's regulations, and you need to pay tax. I don't know how it is in the US, but here you need to pay taxes if you want to have a dog. Did you know that? It's insane. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You need to declare it on your tax returns. Like, what? It's Germany.
Wow.
It's Germany, baby. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. John, I would like to. So again, man, what an amazing story. Like there's so much to unpack there. I want to go through some of the points that you mentioned earlier, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Of course.
I would like to go back to the coma real quick. So in the coma, you said there was this old man who helped you, and kind of guides you like to the swimming lessons, right? Something like that. He motivated you into winning the swimming lessons.
Oh my goodness.
So do you now, like, it's been a while since you had the coma. Do you have an idea or a guess if this represents something? Do you think, like, let me be straight with you, do you think it was Jesus, or was like your father talking to you, or was just like a random dream?
No, I myself, I believe it was my higher power.
Your higher power.
I believe it was God, but that's what I believe. And Brew, he saved my life because I wanted to quit. I believe if I quit and gave up and didn't get out of that bed to get in that pool, I believe I was going to pass on. I believe by him training me and coaching me, he pulled me through.
Did he have a name?
I had no name. He did not even talk. He said a few words at the beginning, and that was it. He didn't even speak.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that's another lesson my father taught me. When I was a young kid, Drew, I wanted to quit my swimming team. I wanted to quit. I was like 13. I've been on my swimming team for years, and it's a very grueling process. You have to get up at 5. You have to be in the swimming pool. It's a really, really, it's a really grinding sport. And I wanted to quit. I was getting at the age I wanted to hang out with all my friends. I didn't want to do it no more. So I said, Dad, I want to quit swimming. He said, oh my goodness, you have an injury? Your shoulder? What's wrong? I said, no, I just want to quit. He said, no, that's BS. You are not quitting. That team is depending on you. You gave them your word that you're going to do it. You're going to finish it. If you don't want to sign back up next year, that's your choice. But you're going to finish what you started. And that was the first time I knew I can't quit. And he taught me a valuable lesson, not to quit. Never give up. You see my shirt, bro?
Yeah.
Never give up.
Never give up. That's amazing.
Never give up, baby.
Perseverance. That's how you say it, right? Perseverance.
You got
Yeah.
You got it, boss.
There you go, man. it's so funny how I know also another person who went into coma, and she shared with me how she got out of it. And funny thing with her was through music. She said that for whatever reason, people in her hospital were playing Bon Jovi, right? Living on a Prayer, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and turns out that's her favorite song ever. And for many months, they never played it. They played something else. But when they start playing this song, she heard it in her coma, like in her dream. That's what she said.
Really?
And that song gave her so much willpower to live and to like come back to life. So suddenly she woke up in the dream. She's like, wait a minute, what I'm doing here? Like
Oh, that's awesome.
there's this whole life out there with my favorite tunes that I'm missing out. Like let me go there, and that's what wake her up. And
Oh, God bless. That's awesome.
it's amazing, and
It
that
sure is.
just makes me think how funny the mind is, and the tricks that they play on us. Like it really even makes me feel like it's a test. Somehow it's a test. The coma is testing you to see if you're ready to, if you should have the perseverance to continue. And if you prove it that you do, then you're allowed to do it. And it's wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You got, you got, go ahead.
Yeah, I never been on coma. I don't. I hopefully it never happens. But
Yeah.
if it does, now I know the trick, guys. You know the trick. I don't know if it's a trick, but I just
Yeah.
yeah. So after the coma, you got addicted, and you decided to become a drug dealer, and well, it went bad for you, and you went into detox, right? And that's when you met this woman, and I want to talk a little bit more about this woman because
Yes.
she seems to be also amazing. So what
Amazing.
what is her name?
Her name is Deb, and she's actually, I've known her since 1994, and she's actually the woman who wrote the foreword in my new book. She wrote the foreword. And bro, she's helped so many people in her life. It's amazing the amount of people she helped. It's amazing. The woman is unbelievably great.
And what did you say is that?
First of all, she don't have any children. And I asked her, I says, when I got to know her real good, I says, is there a reason? Don't you want children? She says, you guys are my children. She said, I get to nurture all of you and bring you up. And Brew, she helped me, but I watched her help so many people, unconditionally loving them. If she's seen somebody trying, she would give her all. And she would tell you right away, like, stop feeling sorry for yourself, she would say to me. You do not feel sorry for yourself. You're very fortunate what happened to you, and you can live now. You're very fortunate. So that's the way I took it, Drew.
So she had this kind of tough love, would you say?
Oh, she was awesome.
Do not feel sorry for yourself. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's something that I feel like we all should tell ourselves from time to time. I recently went through a breakup, right, a few months ago, and I was super sad about it. And that's something that my therapist told me, like, just fight it, just you need to stop feeling guilty, you just fight it. And I feel like it's a similar version to do not feel sorry for yourself. Like, you're better
That's
than
right, Drew.
you can do it.
That's right, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it's your challenge, buddy. It's your challenge. You can fight through it. Everybody has a challenge. Your challenge is different than mine, but if it's a challenge for you, it's a challenge. And you can put your head down and you can get through it. There's no way you can't.
You can get through it. Everyone, would you say that everyone has their own challenges? Because, John, I see some rich kids on Instagram. I feel like they have no challenges in life.
That is a challenge.
Is it?
That is a challenge. They have to learn to think their minds like the rest of us and come down to our level. That's their challenge, Drew. To be spoiled is a challenge. To come around and realize your life is not, you're not special. You're not special because you're privileged. There are a lot of privileged people that give back, bro. But there are some privileged people that just keep going on. There are some privileged that turn around and do the right thing.
Yes, yes, yes. There's a lot of like famous people who's always donating money and
Unbelievable.
and doing charities, and it's amazing. Like we are talking about Mr. Beast the other day here on the channel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's
No.
he's a YouTube sensation. Like he's one of the biggest YouTubers ever, and he created this whole philanthropy channel where he's just doing good. He's just apparently that's what the message that I get. I don't know the extent of the truth because I think he sensationalized things. You know what I mean? But even then, it feels amazing. And from what I understand, doing good feels good. Like the more good you do to others, the more fulfilling you feel. Apparently, they did a study comparing the most fulfilling jobs in the world. There's like people on office jobs sitting the whole day, 8 hours per day, looking at this bright monitor in front of themselves for long periods of time, having to deal with bosses and different, how do you say? You have like the boss, the boss, the boss, the boss, the boss. I forgot how it's like. Apparently, those people are not very happy. Then they compared with like nurses and people who work more like with helping other people. Like apparently the difference was night and day. People who are always helping others, they're way more
Yeah.
fulfilled, way more help. So this lady Deb, right? The name.
Stop. Yes.
Man, she must feel amazing. I can kind of understand where she takes where her inner force comes from. It's from helping other people. Like she comes to you and say, "Do not feel sorry for herself." With so much conviction. Like she's been doing that for a while, and helping people helps herself. I would say. I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lou, I've been helped by so many people. You're talking about people helping. I mean, it's unreal. Like I told you how I was mad at the judge for giving me 10 years.
Yeah.
He did me a favor. When I was in jail for 6 years, I was getting out. He gave me a sentence that I learned my lesson. I didn't get a slap on the wrist. I seen people come in and doing 6 months, getting out, come back in, do another year, getting back out, to come back and forth. He did me a favor. I was in jail. I wrote the judge a letter thanking him and telling him I now see what he wrote me back. I'm in prison reading a letter from the judge who put me there, wishing me good luck, and I know you can do it. He gave me so many uplifting words of encouragement. It was incredible. I still have that letter. I have it framed. It was the police that arrested me, the convicts in jail who helped me, Deb, the Service Dog Project, my dog Turbulence, my mom, my son, my clients. I have so much help around me because, Brew, when someone sees you trying to do the right thing, they're going to try to help you. Like Deb, instance, if she sees somebody trying to stay sober and they're willing to put in the effort, she's going to put in the effort. She taught me that she wasn't going to put in the effort if she seen somebody not giving their potential, their effort. You have to meet her halfway, but then she'll go the whole distance with you. It's unbelievable the love she gave.
That's so funny. You became friends with the judge who put you in jail.
Imagine that. He passed away now. He was in his 90s when I was there. He's left us, but I'll tell you, I didn't realize it at the time. I did not realize it at the time. Getting a 10-year sentence in a state penitentiary was a good thing, bro. It was a good thing. Imagine that. It was a good thing. And bro, I knew it was at the time when the police arrested me. Yes, I did not want to do 10 years in prison, but when they arrested me, I was smiling and I was relieved, saying, wow, this is over. I can remember the cop looking at me. What the hell are you laughing about? He said to me, you're in a lot of trouble here. I said, sir, it's not a bad thing.
Wow, John, I envy you with all the optimism you have regarding the whole system. Like that's rare. I never seen this side before because most of the stories that I hear or watch on the TV is like prison ruined my life. I got raped in prison. I don't know. Like it's
Well,
never
I'll
a
tell you
good
something. I'll
experience,
tell you
right?
something about prison, bro.
Yeah.
In prison, like I said, there's a lot of recidivism, and there's not a lot of help. Your comics go in there, they just cage you and they let you out. It's not like they rehabilitate you. I just donated. I know an organization that brings books into the prisons, so I donated some books to go there because I know if there's one guy sitting in prison that's been there for years and years and doesn't want to do this no more, and is getting out soon, and if they read my book, they just might make a plan not to come back, bro. They just might make a plan and say, you know what, I'm not coming back to this hellhole. I'm going to make a plan and I'm going to stay out of here.
What was the quote?
Because,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
bro, us alcoholics, when I got in prison, bro, my choice, a bad choice, was a drink. One drink would have ruined everything. I wouldn't be here. And my book took it to change. You're going to read a lot how I made bad choices in my life, but then my head got cleared up, and I put the alcohol away, and I surrounded myself by positive people like Dad and other people. The choices I started making started getting a lot better and led me to where I am today, bro. I stopped making the bad choices that put me in prison, and I started making good choices. Now I own my own business. And I'm a father, and I'm a proud father, bro. I get to teach my son lessons my dad taught me, and I love that.
That's
I
beautiful.
love being a dad.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What was that quote again? Plan to fail or fail to plan?
Fail to plan, plan to fail.
Fail to plan or plan to fail. Let me think for a second. Fail to plan or plan to fail.
No,
So
no.
no or. So fail to plan
Plan to fail.
So basically, if you dissect this a little bit, it means prepare for the worst.
No, make a plan.
Make a plan. Okay.
Make a plan. If you don't make a plan, you're gonna fail. If you have no plan, you're gonna fail. If you're just gonna walk through life with no plan, you're not gonna succeed. If you're a drug addict or a drunk, you have to have a plan. If I didn't have a plan, I would have been back in prison, bro.
Wow.
I would have made the bad choices in life.
So make a plan, otherwise, well, you're not getting where you want to be in life, right? I heard this analogy once. Like, imagine there's a ship in the ocean. Like, if the ship doesn't know where he's going, the water's just gonna drift the ship back and forth. It might end up somewhere. He doesn't know where though, or maybe he will get stranded in a desert island. Like doesn't sound good. Like if you know where you're going as a ship, you can navigate it towards your destination, to your lighthouse. And that's something I learned
That's right.
I learned that in the corporate world, like, oh, because it applies, right? It applies. Like, if if you don't know where your project is going, you don't know what to deliver. You don't know how to break down your tasks into smaller tasks. I'm sorry. And basically, what you're sharing here with us is you can apply this to your life, and by doing that, you're avoiding get lost in your case, like using drugs.
Right.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. There was one guest. Oh man, I'm sorry, sir. I forgot the guest that I had the other day, and he said like you can get anything in life if you apply that. I think as long as you have the tenacity, you have the patience, and you are willing to stop, write your goals down, and break them all down, you can get anything. And the example that he gave was like imagine you want a better car, a Tesla car. They're pretty expensive, right? What do you need to do next? Well, maybe you need a better job. So how are you gonna find a better job? Maybe you need better qualifications. So and then you start to dissect, breaking down, and maybe in 5 years you have your Tesla, but you had a plan.
Correct.
Yeah. Great lessons, and now you can teach your kids about it. And another thing, it's about getting. So how many years you're sober again, John?
I've been sober since December 15th, 1994.
I love the exact date.
Oh, that's my date. Oh, that's my birthday. Yeah. I don't know how many days that was ago or how many years, I forget. But that's my date, December 15th. I'm sorry, October 15th, 1994.
Wow, man. I cannot even imagine. So where I was going with this is, you heard that Ozzy recently passed out, right?
Correct.
The singer. Apparently he also struggled a lot. Apparently, no, it's a fact. He really struggled a lot with drugs and alcohol for a long time, and he said like the worst drug of them all is alcohol.
Oh, it's awful.
Would you agree with that?
Oh, it's awful. Horrible life, bro. Horrible life. Oh, I do not miss it at all. Do not miss it at all. And, bro, I gotta really thank you, because for me, staying sober requires you telling your story. And by you giving a platform like you do for me telling my story, I know, because I told my story today, I don't want to say never. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I'm not going to be sitting in a bar today drinking. Because, bro, I really, really do think, and I know, that people relapse when they forget how bad it was. See, for me, I told my story. I'm always talking, so I remember how bad that day I went to detox was. It was not a peachy day. People don't go to detox because they're having a great life they go to detox because they're at the rock bottom. And if you keep telling your story, you're not going to forget how bad that was. But when you stop telling your story and years go by, the time goes by, that day, that detox was not so bad after all. I can do it again. I can do this again. I can go drink again. I can do that. And before you know it, you're back in the wheels. It's one drink. And that's why I do my commitments, and I do my talkings at AA meetings, and like even like I did my TED Talk. My TED Talk was awesome. See, Rue, before I came out with my story, I didn't tell people what I was what happened to me. I wasn't truthful yet. I own a business. I wasn't going to have a new person coming in looking to join the gym and say, oh, I was shot in the head, I was a drug dealer, I was in prison, but join my gym. They'd run. So I came up with this story, bro. I told people I was shot in the head in a hunting accident. And it was true. I was shot in the head. I just don't tell them I was the one being hunted, bro. So my gym is completely private. It's one-on-one. So you build a rapport, and after I started trusting somebody, I started divulging a little bit of my story to her. And this woman, and I would tell her my story I tell her a little bit every week. I would tell her a little bit more. And finally, she said to me, my God, she said, I thought you were just in a car accident. Oh my goodness. Because now she heard my story. She said, you have to do a TED Talk. Mm-hmm. And she had the connections. And I remember going to my first interview for my TED Talk and coming out, I said, what the hell did you get me involved with here? I can't do this. Bro, I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out in the 11th, and I didn't pay attention to the previous 10. So Lord knows I'm no scholar. I'm no big writer, but I want to do this. And she looked at me and she said, you're not alone. She said, I'm going to help you. She came to my gym 3 days a week, and she coached me and trained me how to do this TED Talk. Now I went and did this TED Talk. Boo. I was in an auditorium. I got a standing ovation. I couldn't believe it. The adrenaline pump I had. Now I said to myself, I see my clients getting inspired. Now I see a big auditorium of people receiving my story well and being inspired and clapping and cheering me on. I said, I need to tell my story in a different way. So that's why I wrote this book. And my book is only 60 pages long. It's a short read. But like I said, I'm no scholar. So I didn't fluff up. It's a raw, honest, what happened to me, with a little bit of humor, because I think I'm a little bit funny. But it's not I didn't want to put a lot of fluff and a lot of dramatic stuff. I just wanted a read so people can, if they're having any kind of challenge or any kind of doubt that they don't think they can get over something, you know what, bro? Read my story and you might think, okay, I can do this little problem I have here. My problem's not so friggin' big. Because when I think my problems are big, there's always somebody that has it worse off than me, bro. Always. Like, for instance, I see this blind lady all the time walking by my gym. Blind, walking with the cane. Boo, I can't make it to the bathroom at night in the dark. This woman is going through life in the dark. Who the hell am I to complain about anything? I'm breathing air and I'm living a great life. I have no complaints. And people always ask me, would you do this again? Or would you change something? Boo, honestly, if you could take away my accident or my incident, what happened to me, but put me right where I am now with my family and my gym and my dogs and my life, great. But if you can't do that, I'll do it all again. I'll go through all that stuff again to be where I am now because I love where I am.
Yeah, and you have a beautiful dog, sir. I remember I saw I'm looking at him right now. It's a Dalmatian, right?
No, he looks like a Dalmatian. It's a Great Dane.
It's a Great Dane.
He's a Harlequin, and they look like Dalmatians, but he's 200 pounds, so he's quite a big Dalmatian. He looks like a cow.
Wow, he's beautiful.
Yeah, and so he's the one who got sick, and I have Turbulence now as my service dog. Jagger stays home with my mom. He's my mom's service dog.
I really like that you touched on AA and your commitments, and I think it's a very interesting topic to talk about because um, alcohol, right? It's I think it's a universal problem. A lot of people have similar issues, and so my first question is, what are those commitments, and how can people practice that if they're not on AA yet?
Well, the commandments, I go to detoxes. Well, I was a detox where people are just getting sober, and then they don't have a high morality. They're not feeling good about themselves yet. They're not really into sobriety. They just get, 3 or 4 days. So I go in there and I tell them my story, where I sat right
Okay.
where they are, but I was in a wheelchair sitting where you are. I was in a wheelchair weighing 330 pounds. And if I can do it, trust me, a little bit of effort, you'll get the right people. If people see you doing the right thing, especially in sobriety, they just want to help people stay sober. They want to give that gift back. That's a gift I was given, bro. I was given the gift of sobriety. So what do? I have to give it back. I want to keep what I have. They say by you giving it back, it helps you keep it. And that's what I want. And that's what Deb told me. Her word is gold to me. I'll listen to her till the day I pass. No matter what she says to me, she says that will help you stay sober. Then I'm doing it.
What did you say to someone who is struggling with addiction right now and start to have the itch? Like so they would love to have a drink right now. What did you tell them?
Call your sponsor before you have a drink. Now, a sponsor is someone who helps you. It's your guide. I don't know if you're familiar with AA, but first of all, never give up, never quit. Because if you give up or quit, you have that drink real soon. You can get through it. It's not a whole day. It's just a month that you want this drink. If you fight this feeling right now, in an hour, you might not have that feeling no more. And you will definitely reap the benefits of doing this. Just one day. Just go one day. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. Keep it in right now. Just do what you have to do not to drink. There are a lot of positive people in sobriety. You can find them, and that they will find you if you're staying positive. Give yourself a chance, and don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Just get through today and don't worry about tomorrow. We'll worry about tomorrow later on. Just get through right now and don't give up.
Don't give up. Just get it through today. That's beautiful. Well, if you're struggling with alcohol or addiction, hopefully this helps you. I.
Oh, if any of your audience wants to reach out to me, my contact information below, links and all that. Trust me, if they have any kind of inclination, they want help with sobriety, they can reach out to me. I'd be more than grateful to help them.
Oh, we're gonna leave the link on the description below. I think you also mentioned at some point that by retelling your story, you remind yourself of the bad moments, and you don't want to go back to them. And that sounds also very powerful. Oh man, I need to bring this up. I'm sorry because I've been reading a lot about Ozzy, right? Since he passed away. Apparently, he got so crazy on drugs at some point in his life. He 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 committed some. I gotta say it, guys. Like trigger warning, like it's gore. He got a shotgun and he started killing all his family cats. Apparently, they had 17 family cats or 12, like a bunch of cats. He killed them all, and he got a shotgun, hid under the piano with a knife and a white suit full of blood, and waited for his wife to come back home. And that's the story. And he regrets it. He says he regrets it, but it was his turning point. Like it was like his rock bottom. And since then, he said no more. I need to like I can't do this anymore, and it's understandable, man. Like this is a pretty hard rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's and it shocked me. That's why it made it. I wanted to share with you guys. It's shocking. It's shocking, and yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, if you're struggling, look for help. John, thank you so much, Marin. It was a pleasure. You shared with us about your book already, so we're gonna make sure to leave the link on the description below. Do you have any other final remarks?
Bro, your audience is great and awesome, and like I said to you before, if any of them are struggling in any kind of way, I would be more than grateful to have a phone call or a Zoom chat or whatever it is and talk about your problem, because I love doing that. My clients, they all have problems. Everybody has problems. And they get to vent with me, not complain, because a complaint and a problem are two different things. If you want to complain about your squeaky brakes in a brand new BMW, that's your complaint. But if you have a challenge and a problem, that's not a complaint. I would love to hear about your challenges and your problems. And we can talk about it, and we can get over it. Just by talking, get you over some issues. Trust me, I love talking to I still have a sponsor. I still love talking to Deb. I love picking her brain and getting bits and bits of more helpful information I can use.
Beautiful.
Because I want to stay sober, bro.
Yeah. It's. I would say it's better. It's healthier. It's definitely healthier. John, thank you so much. It was a pleasure, man.
Hey, bro, thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Positive vibes. Take care. See you next time. Bye. And yeah, how was it?
Very good, bro. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If it's your first time watching the show, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rank the show 5 stars. This will ensure that the podcast is recommended to even more people and allow me to keep doing what I love. Check out now the BRUCAST store, Explore store, filled with awesome goodies from hoodies to t-shirts to mugs. We've got you covered. Stay in style with BRUCAST. Embrace the shock, set the trend. Buy now at brew-cast.com/store. Again, that's brew-cast.com/store. Link on the description below. Be a BRUCAST model and get free stuff. We'd love to see how you and your loved ones enjoy BRUCAST. Snap a picture of yourself, your family, your friends, or even your pets wearing BRUCAST merch, or watching an episode of the show, and send it to us and become part of BRUCAST. We'll feature you and your pictures at the end of every episode, just like the ones you're seeing on the screen right now. You can upload your pictures at brew-cast.com/contact or tag us on social media. Alright everyone, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye.